We need a new Africa that witnessed a paradigm shift from echoing the drum of war, as we witness today ongoing in Congo and other parts of the continent in Somalia, to an Africa that is a hub of moral values, nonviolence, and global citizenship. But there must be a paradigm shift from military aid to educational and scientific aids to the continent of Africa. We don't need more peacekeeping force. Africa is militarized already. We need alternative. And that peace building and peacekeeping, peacemaking, is much more important for Africa of the future than peacekeeping force.
The bitter lesson I have learned over the years is that you can kill people based on assumption. We have assumed so much, and when we assume so much, we kill people. And to me, I wouldn't have lost my hand in the fight, which is an artificial one made in Germany, if I had known the part of dialogue. And many have died in Nigeria, in Africa, in other places, because they did not follow the path of dialogue. In the past, I hate Muslims so much. And killing a Muslim was nothing to me. It was like a good work. But I now love them with a passion. And loving them with passion makes me free, and I make more friends. And I think the alternative to violence is pursuing the path of peace. And it took me 3 years to walk over my pains and to really forgive.
The power of religion in our world and the African continent is defined by the former president of World Parliament of Religion, Mr. Hans Conken, when he says, there will be no peace in the world until there is peace between religion. And there will be no peace between religion until there is dialogue between the adherents of different religions. The German African Award, for me, is one of a friend that the 21st century Africa as a continent needed. A friend that we need is a friend like the German African Foundation, who is seeing us as a partnership from Senegal down to Nigeria. There's so much to share. There's so much for Germans to learn from us. And we have so much to learn from German communities, institutions.
We need an institution, a structure that he called the International Institute of Peace, where we can raise up another imam and pastor. We are not going to be there forever. We need an institution where we will train leaders, use our pedagogy of conflict mediation to raise more imams and pastors in Nigeria. The African solution is using the African traditional method, using the religious method to address conflict in Africa. It has been very effective. It has been very effective. And it lasts longer than when you use diplomatic approach. Sometimes diplomatic approaches are intimidating, and they are done on areas of comfort. African tradition means go to the spot, feel the way the people feel, empathize with them, and discuss with them the way forward. Usually they give you the right solution to problems, and when you do it, when you live by it like we did in Eldoret, now the people of Bond Forest in Kenya are living happily because it is an African method for handling African problems.
Thank you very much. If you two, you disagree on something, how do you argue today?
We never agree on so many things. Mm-hmm. On so many things we differ. I remember when we have a national issue on the issue of death penalty in Nigeria. He said death penalty should go, and I said death penalty must stay. And we are all arguing on both sides, and we pull the crowd. Each one put his own side. And we never agree up to this moment on the death penalty. And the report comes that the imam and the pastor differ. It becomes a big issue. We say, oh, so they can even differ. And there are many other issues, area of our differences. And I think one thing we've learned is ability to manage diversity. I want to see a world where we accept that we are different. I don't want to see an assimilation in Nigeria where we melt down into one. I want to see integration, where each one is a unique of its own, like the garden, with different flowers that blossom at those seasons of the year when everything blossoms. And you see each flower with its own color, but together they form the rainbow in the sky.